Hey guys, it's Mimi again. I can't seem to get away from the lights. I don't know what's up. And it's a lot of light in here. I'm sorry. I apologize for it. Right now I'm answering a question that was put to me, as I'm certain was put to a few or many other YouTubers. And first of all, the question was: do you think that violent and/or repeat sex offenders, rapists, and pedophiles should be castrated, balls cut off? Do you think that castration is an appropriate punishment, rehabilitation, or too over the top? If you do think they should be castrated, should it be physical or chemical castration? If you don't think they should be castrated, then what would you think is an appropriate punishment or rehabilitation for this act? Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna come right on and say that I am a victim of this crime. I have been, and the thing about me being a victim of it, I am a very forgiving person, and which means that I have forgiven those persons who did that to me. It happened on 2 occasions, and it's a very difficult thing to have to deal with, especially as a virgin. I would say, personally, from my experience, that these people, rapists, should at least be locked up, should be taken out of society, so that they would not be able to do this to anybody else. And of course, rape happens to females and males. Now, when thinking about my kids, my future children, and I'm certain that when others think about their children and this happening to their children, they would possibly say they should cut that thing off, or I would cut that thing off myself. Someone recently said to me that, well, I don't know, maybe they should, maybe I think castration is a bit extreme. That, maybe they should be given a second chance, although repeat offenders should be locked up or maybe should be castrated. I'm certain that if we were to find someone raping our young child, that we would immediately want to castrate that person or have them castrated, that we will not want to have that person be set free. We would not want to know that that person is living somewhere in a jail cell, being taken care of, being fed. That we immediately, most of us, I think, would immediately think of death. When I think about my children, I'm not so forgiving at all. I don't have kids yet, but I really want to. And one of the reasons that I haven't had kids yet is because I fear this problem. I fear the possibility of this happening to my kids, and I don't know how I would react to witnessing something like this, or to my children coming home and telling me, or my daughter or my son coming home and telling me that someone has raped or molested them. This would hurt a lot. In this case, I would say immediate castration. In this case, I would seek this person out on my own and castrate them myself. I think that being a grown-up, being an adult, you have a mind of your own to know what is right and what is wrong. And obviously, to rape a person who is saying no to you, a person who is trying to get away from you, obviously that's wrong, and some of us may say you need to be more forgiving, and like I say, I've been very forgiving of my situation, and I did not report those 2 persons in, but when it comes to others, I'm very overprotective of others because of my situation. I'm very protective of women, of children, I have known of a child who was a little boy who was sodomized by a guy who I thought was a friend of mine, and I was outraged that this even happened. I was outraged to know that I had someone in my friend circle who had this type of mentality, who could go and do something like this to a young child. I was outraged by this. I think that castration, especially when it comes to repeat offenders, and especially when it comes to pedophiles, I think it's completely acceptable. I think it's a completely acceptable punishment because men are given a penis to use with their wives to produce offspring, and not to hurt, to molest, to rape young children, to rape women, to sodomize men, or even to sodomize women. I think this is a total sin. Not that any sin is greater than the other, but this is a total neglect of God's laws to approach someone in this manner, to care less about somebody else's feelings. So, wow, I don't know if I'm answering this properly. I can't seem to even get my stream of thought in order right now anymore, but I think castration would be an acceptable punishment. I don't want to offend anybody, but I mean, if you do consider the situation, and you consider your children, and you consider your wives, and your mothers, and your grandmothers, and you consider your sons, and anyone that you truly love being victimized in this way, I think you would agree that it's totally an acceptable punishment. It's not death. It's castration.